What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I wanted to go to a simple through. I don't know why I'm speaking this way. I have so many issues. What is my problem? I wanted to go through a breakdown of Terra Luna Classic, where the price is, update on that, but then also talk about the burns, right? The burns for Binance, the burns for the on-chain burns, how much are we going to see per month, and what does that really equate to? Is that enough, right? So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And if you guys want to follow any of the stuff that is down below, so my Twitter, my Patreon, feel free to follow those two. Those are really important. I really love those two. I really love producing content for both of those. But anyways, let's talk about Terra Luna Classic. Where's Terra Luna Classic right now? Let's talk about the amount that has been burned from Binance, the weekly amount that we might see going forward, and then also the monthly amount in total, and then maybe we'll push it to yearly amount as well. So right now, Terra Luna Classic is currently at 0.000291. It's down about 2.7%. We're seeing it at a high today of about 30.46, a low of 28.94. Market cap of about 1.8 billion, fully diluted market cap of $2 billion. We're also seeing that we're seeing $273 million in volume, which is down 37%. Circulating supply, max supply, or total supply, we're not seeing any differences there on coin market cap. They really don't adjust that too much. We are seeing an increase in the amount of watch lists over 1 million. I think 1.023. I thought we were 1.022 as of a couple of days ago. So that's great to see an increase in that. If we scroll down here and look at how the chart has been moving as of the last 7 days, we've seen this hit the 36 mark after, you know, the interesting thought or the interesting move by Binance by burning their fees, seeing that all the way up to 36, and then we see it slowly decrease, creating lower highs, lower lows. Some people thought it would bounce back here, and I saw as it was creating two lower highs, it just made sense that it would continue to fall down with the rest of the market and kind of play catch up, really. So definitely very, very interesting to see Terra Luna Classic where it is. I am looking for the right opportunity to buy more, because what I want to do is buy some for the short term, maybe like $1,000 that I trade off and on, that I'm, maybe buying at like 0.0002, not 0.00029. I want to see it, maybe a little bit less to where it's $200 per million, so I can buy maybe 5 million and trade that 5 million off and on and make some money as we're seeing some of these peaks and valleys. That's really what you want to do, is play the short term and play the long term, because I do have my 44 million that's in the long term and 20 million of that's actually staked for the long term. So definitely an interesting there. So anyways, we're seeing that decrease there. Hopefully we can see a bounce, sooner rather than later. But one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the burns. If you don't know, I wanted to go to Lunic Penguins. So let's find Lunic Penguins here. And we're going to go to the top burners. We're going to see that the top burner is the Binance burn tax, or the 0.1%, which typically burns around $1 billion a day. So that's what I'm looking at, is just taking that average of $1 billion a day and kind of extrapolating that out a week, a month, a year, and then also including the 1.2% burn tax there as well. And you can see here 5.6 that has been burned by Binance, 4.2 that has been burned by the burn tax. And typically we're seeing around 200 million that goes through with the 1.2% burn tax, which I think we should see more, but 200 million that goes through every single day. So if we multiply that by 5, we're looking at about 1 billion there. Obviously we have 2 more days that we can look at 1.4 in total. So I just like to round down to the lowest level and look at 1 billion for each day for each position, or not 1 billion each day, 1 billion for the week for the 1.2%. And we're looking at a total for that week of 1 billion times 4 4 billion. We're looking at 1 billion per day for Binance, which we would be looking at 30 billion over the month. And we would say a total of 34, probably all the way up to 2 billion a month for, or sorry, 2 billion a day for Binance, and looking at a little bit higher for the 1.2. But let's just say Binance gets to 2 billion a day or 1.5 or something like that, and we're looking at 60. So from 35 to 65 billion, that would be the range depending on what the volume actually is. So with all that being said, is that enough? Is that what we should be expecting? I think with what we saw with the 4 days that was included where we burned off 5.6 billion, yes. I mean, 7 billion per week would be 7 to 10 billion per week, I guess, would be a low number compared to what you would have for the burn tax, or not for the burn tax, for the the higher volume days. I'm losing my place here. Higher volume days where you would have 10 billion or 14 billion per week, which would be 2 billion per day. So hopefully you're following along. I know I'm sort of confusing myself at times because I'm hearing things upstairs and I'm getting distracted. So I'm sorry. I really apologize. But anyways, 35 billion to 65 billion is where the range will be per month that we would see for Binance, for that whole Binance burn. Now we can obviously look at the 1.2% as something that could increase. So 35 to 65 billion for, again, I'm confusing myself, Binance and the 1.2% burn together. Now you can also have Lunatics token, MEXC, any other exchange that's looking to do something. I heard somebody say something about KuCoin doing announcements as well. But this burn tax, as we currently stand, it would take a very long time for this to play out. Burning 30 to 60 billion every single month, right? 30 billion, you would be looking at about 350, 360 billion that you would burn off every year, which means it would take you about 3.5 years to burn off a trillion. And that's a very long time. Burning off a trillion is going to take way too long, and who knows what will change within that. Who knows what the volume will be as we go through there? Who knows what the overall market cap will be as we go through that? But if we could find a way to burn off 60 billion, right? Well, now you're looking at 600 billion, maybe even a little bit more than that, 700 plus billion per year, which means we can burn off every 2 years, we can burn off over a trillion, which is definitely a good deal, but it's still not the best case scenario that we want. We obviously want other exchanges to implement the 1.2% burn. We also are planning on seeing, Lithosphere burn 2.5 trillion. We can see Lunatics token that's burning, more games that are being included that are burning. So even though we're only looking at the Binance and 1.2%, there's so much more that could be attributed to these burns and decreasing the supply. So as a whole, I'm happy where we are. I wish we could be at a better place, where we're seeing these 1.2% burns across the board, but we're not, and we have to deal with it. We can, kind of stomp and, piss and moan all we want. But unless they all of a sudden decide to implement it, I mean, we can't do anything about it. We can vote and say what we want to say, but until the CEXs say, you know what, we believe in it and we're going to go ahead and do this right now. We're not there. That's not going to happen right now. So anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I know this video was all over the place. I'm getting distracted by so many noises that are happening upstairs. You probably can't hear them because I dialed down the noise floor, the sound floor of the mic. But it's very, very distracting, and I lost my place like 4 times. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry for any confusion, and I will catch you guys in the next video.